Keemstar, Void, collab coming soon.
All stands are the same, they're rotting in my brain. I'm on Twitter, K-pop trending on Twitter. Make one tweet and these stands getting bitter. Fuck Jimmy, I'ma say what I wanna. While you make a tweet, I make a couple commas. It's drama, ain't nothing but drama. Keem on this bitch, flowing like some hot lava. Y'all idols been programmed like some Java. Owned by the industry, don't do what they wanna. In the woods, I just found a fucking dollar. And when there's drama, you know I give the subs a holler. Fast as fuck, boy, with the flow you can't handle. It's Keemstar, bitch, I ain't ever getting canceled.
Alright, welcome back, guys. So yeah, if you couldn't tell from the title of this video and that amazing clip that I just played, we're going to be talking about Keemstar's new diss track on K-pop and K-pop stands. And I'm just going to say, I find it pretty funny. I don't particularly like K-pop. Their fans are super toxic. They're just the epitome of everything that's wrong with the internet. But anyway, Keemstar has gotten himself into some drama for the 7,000th time. And no, that was not an intended pun. But anyways, besides that, so yesterday on Twitter, a bunch of K-pop stands decided to, try to cancel Keemstar and Void, another YouTuber who makes diss tracks, because they made a diss track on K-pop and K-pop stands. So if you didn't hear what happened, pretty much they went after K-pop stands in this video, and there was one or two lines that they just didn't really like, and the lines were going pretty hard at how the industry and K-pop industry as a whole is really abusive to the idols, and it really corrupt in how they treat them, starving them, strict training regimens, really messed up stuff. And yeah, they didn't like that. So I'm gonna play a few of the lines that made people the most mad. Right now the video is sitting at 40,000 dislikes to a, I think, 8,000 like ratio. So as you can tell, stands are not pleased. But okay, here's the first part of the Void bar, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know.
Hey, I'm the vice, bitch. Hold this fucking flow switch. 40 stands in my feet, a job for this 40 clip. Corporations getting in a bag like a corn chip. These kids starving themselves, but they hell just can't afford it.
Hey, yeah, they can't afford it. Ain't healthy, can't ignore it. These don't want these boys, you want that smoke, I fucking floor it.
Yeah, I fucking floor it. The dust I let's explore it. You claiming you an army, but you won't fare in this war, bitch.
Fuck K-pop, I can't say it enough. Smoking that K-pop pack, pass around, take a puff. Industries got them trapped, got them locked in the cuffs. On Twitter, acting tough, now we calling it bluff.
Okay, so yeah, so this part is, as I was talking about before, how they were going after how the industries and these corporations are really corrupt, and once an idol or an artist signs with them, they treat them poorly. They give them really strict diets, like a couple pieces of bread and some water a day, so they keep that really skinny form, they look good for the camera or whatever. You're also talking about how, he has them trapped or whatever because, they have to work multiple hours a day, just going hours of dancing with no breaks. It really is kind of sad what's happening over in the K-pop industry, but, I mean, you could make comparisons to the evils that happened over here in the West, of course. Most music industries are usually pretty corrupt, but I do feel like it's more so the fact that the stands don't really have an issue with it, I guess. They always try to deflect, and they just keep promoting these artists, giving them lots of views, which just in turn makes the corporations do it even more because it clearly works. But that wasn't the line that made the most people mad. What made most people mad is I feel like it was a misinterpretation of Void's words. So they assumed that he was making fun of a K-pop, I don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry, but he committed suicide, and they thought Void was making fun of his suicide, Personally, I don't think he was. I think he was, like, if you would listen, you have to listen to the whole song, but I'll play the little clip in a second. Personally, I think what he was doing was drawing a comparison that the pressures and the just horrible treatment that these corporations put on the idols is just too much, and some people can't take it. And unfortunately, this guy ended up killing himself because of it. And all of these stands, when it happened, were now blaming the over-competitiveness of, like, the idols or whatever. But when it's called out, like, on a bigger scale, you know, when people actually want things to be changed, they get attacked, you know. They call people racist for not liking K-pop, you know, not just being a complete psychopath when it comes to the idols and how they're, I don't know, idolized, if that makes any sense. Okay, here's the clip that really pissed everybody off, though.
Preach, I call that timid Moby. Now you could talk shit, but you don't even know. Let me be hated, that lyrics so basic. Everyone's so racist. This species invasive, shooting lens with his pencil. Anybody try to diss back, I'ma flip on that bitch and erase him. Ha, these finger flickers, they won't favor no fist fight. What these corporations doing to these kids, this ain't right. Smashing on the motherfucking beat like a moment. I wonder why lately, man, they all committed suicide.
So, yeah, as I was talking about before, about how all the K-pop stands and all the fans will, you know, they'll attack people, call them xenophobic or racist if they don't support the type of music that they like, etc., etc. They touch on that, but the main point from this entire diss track that really, you know, just really anchored the community so much is that line at the very end, wondering lately why they all been committing suicide, which is, you know, it's very tragic when somebody kills themselves. Like, it's a really sad thing. But I don't think Void was, like, making fun of his suicide or mocking him. From the previous line where he said what these corporations are doing to these kids ain't right, he's pretty much saying that the corporations are abusive and corrupt, and it's not fair to the young artists to sign with them because they want a career, but they have to sign with the major record artist over there, which in turn, you know, puts a lot of pressure onto them, which can end up resulting in suicide. And I'm pretty sure suicide is a really, like, big problem over in places like Korea and Japan, which again is very sad. You know, I personally, I love Japanese culture, love Asian culture, love the food. So I don't want people over in Asia to be killing themselves. I don't want people over in Asia or Korea, especially considering we're talking about K-pop music, to be doing that. It's sad stuff. But for the community as a whole to misinterpret words and kind of like almost downplay the significance of the negative impact that these corporations have on their actual idols, the people that they legitimately worship, is just really weird to me. Like, you would think that K-pop stans would hate the corporations more than anybody, but it seems like they don't, considering some of these reactions. I think I only saved like 2 or 3 tweets that I saw for Twitter, because there was just so many that were just horrible that I wouldn't even be able to put them on YouTube. But here were 2 of the ones that I saw that were pretty mild, but still get the point across for the most part. So, the first tweet we have here is, why would a grown man think it's a good idea to release a diss track about K-pop stans in which he mocks someone's suicide as generally racist toward Koreans and mentions shooting idols a lot? So, again, as I touched on previously in this video, K-pop stans really love calling anyone who criticizes them, criticizes their community, criticizes the way idols are treated, you know, corporations, etc. Just anything about K-pop in general. Any type of criticism, they immediately label as racist, which is such a just childish and honestly super retarded way of just looking at life. Like, you need to be able to accept criticism, and the K-pop industry deserves criticism. The stans are the most toxic group on the internet, and the corruption that runs over there is some of the worst I've ever seen. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to just say that you're just wrong, buddy. I mean, you can go back to, you know, listening to your stans, even as they're pretty much walking slaves for corporations, making the money. But, you know, is what it is, I guess. As long as you're happy, right? That's all that really matters. Anyways, guys, I don't really have too much more. I thought I had more tweets, but I guess I must have either lost them or the files didn't transfer over. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
君の虜になってしまう